Welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the weirdest and most mysterious brain glitches ever discovered. From waking up after being declared dead to suddenly becoming a human CCTV camera, these stories will blow your mind. Let's get right into it. Number 9. The Lazarus Phenomenon. Imagine being declared dead, only to wake up minutes, or sometimes even hours, later. It may sound like a scene from a zombie movie, but this bizarre occurrence is a real medical mystery that continues to puzzle doctors worldwide. The process usually begins when a patient's heart completely stops beating. Despite every effort, CPR, defibrillators, medications, nothing works, and the medical team finally pronounces the time of death. But then, unexpectedly, the heart begins beating again on its own. Scientists believe this might be linked to pressure that builds inside the chest during resuscitation attempts. When CPR stops, that pressure slowly releases, almost like uncorking a bottle, and somehow triggers the heart back into action. With around 65 recorded cases, mostly in older patients, this phenomenon proves that sometimes death isn't entirely final. Number 8. Acquired Savant Spark. What if a head injury could suddenly unlock hidden genius? This strange phenomenon, known as acquired savant syndrome, has been reported in a handful of rare cases. Derek, for example, had never touched a piano in his life, until a serious accident. After recovering, he sat down and played with the skill of a seasoned composer, almost like Mozart reborn. Jason, injured in a street fight, began to see complex mathematical patterns everywhere he looked. Orlando, struck by a baseball as a child, could instantly calculate the day of the week for any date across history. Scientists suggest that when specific brain regions, often on the left side, are damaged, the right side may unlock extraordinary, hidden abilities. While extremely rare, it makes you wonder, what hidden talents could be sleeping inside your own brain? Number 7. Super Recognizer Stare. Imagine having a brain like a walking CCTV camera. While the average person remembers only about 20% of the faces they encounter, super recognizers can recall up to 95%, sometimes years after a brief meeting. These individuals can spot someone in a crowd instantly, even if that person has aged, changed hairstyles, gained weight, or dyed their hair a completely different color. Their memory for faces is so precise that law enforcement agencies now hire them to examine security footage, identify suspects, and track criminals in massive crowds. What makes their ability so remarkable is that scientists still can't fully explain it. Studies show their brains have unusual activity in certain regions, but the exact reason remains a mystery. It's as if every face they see becomes a permanent mental snapshot. Number 6. Exploding Head Syndrome. You're drifting off to sleep, everything is calm, when suddenly, boom! It feels like an explosion went off inside your head. This strange condition is called exploding head syndrome. Some people describe it as thunderclaps, gunshots, fireworks, or cymbals crashing in their skull. Others even see bright flashes of light at the same time. The episodes are brief and completely harmless, but they can be so startling that many people believe something is seriously wrong. Scientists think it happens when the brain misfires during the transition between wakefulness and sleep, almost like hitting the wrong switch. For about 10% of sufferers, it even comes with muscle twitches, as if the body is reacting to the chaos. Though frightening, exploding head syndrome is more of a mysterious brain glitch than a real danger. Number 5. Sudden musical ear. Imagine sitting alone in silence when suddenly your brain starts playing music. No headphones, no speakers, just a private concert inside your head. This phenomenon is called sudden musical ear, and it's far beyond simple ringing. People report hearing complete songs, rich harmonies, or even full orchestras performing in perfect detail. Some enjoy the experience, as if their mind has turned into a phantom radio station, while others are tormented by endless loops of annoying jingles or commercials. Scientists believe it often happens when the brain isn't getting enough external sound, especially in very quiet environments. Musicians and lifelong music lovers seem more prone to it, but the exact cause remains a mystery. It's as if the brain refuses silence and decides to compose its own soundtrack. Number 4. Mirror touch reflection. For about 1.6% of people, watching someone else being touched feels like being touched themselves. Imagine seeing a friend get poked in the arm and instantly feeling the same poke on your own arm. Or watching your cat being scratched behind the ears and sensing phantom scratches on your head. This rare condition is called mirror touch synesthesia, and it's like having your brain's empathy dial permanently stuck on maximum. Scientists believe it may come from an overactive touch processing system in the brain, blurring the line between observing and experiencing. Interestingly, it sometimes runs in families, suggesting a genetic link. While it can create deep empathy, it also makes life overwhelming, because every stubbed toe, every shot at the doctor, and every bump you witness feels like it's happening to you too. Number 3. Aphantasia mind blindness. Most people can close their eyes and instantly picture a favorite meal, a loved one's face, or a peaceful landscape. But for those with aphantasia, the mind stays completely blank. They cannot form mental images at all. No faces, no places, not even sheep when counting sheep. Instead, they rely on facts and descriptions. For example, someone with aphantasia may not picture their mother's face, but they'll remember details like brown hair, green eyes, or a mole on her cheek, almost like reading from a checklist. Surprisingly, some with aphantasia become incredible artists, able to draw vivid images despite never seeing them in their minds. Scientists are still studying this rare condition, trying to understand how the brain rewires itself when imagination turns into pure information. Number 2. Charles Bonnet visions. When people begin losing their eyesight, the brain sometimes reacts in a surprising way. It fills in the blanks with vivid hallucinations. This condition is called Charles Bonnet syndrome. Instead of darkness, people might see dragons strolling down the street, tiny actors performing plays in their living rooms, or even entire medieval villages complete with cobblestone streets. Others report shifting mosaics, swirling geometric patterns, or colorful cartoon characters. The most fascinating part is that they know none of it is real, yet the images appear as clear as life. Scientists believe it happens because the visual parts of the brain become hyperactive when starved of input, almost like a bored artist painting on an empty canvas. Why some see dragons while others see patterns, however, remains a mystery. Number 1. Foreign accent syndrome. Imagine waking up from an accident, stroke, or even a migraine, only to discover you're speaking in a completely different accent. This rare condition, known as foreign accent syndrome, has left doctors and patients baffled for decades. One English woman suddenly sounded French. An Australian woman developed a strong Irish accent overnight. These people aren't pretending, their brains have rewired speech patterns after trauma. Scientists believe tiny areas that control rhythm and pronunciation are disrupted, causing words to shift in unusual ways. With fewer than 100 recorded cases, it remains one of the rarest and strangest brain glitches ever.